Naomi here from Oh My Makeup, which is my Instagram handle. So if you'd like to check me out over there, I will leave that link down below. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. Also, ring that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I do upload a video. So I'm super excited to be recording a video today. I have been meaning to record a video all week. You know, when this quarantine started, I was thinking, yep, I'm going to be super productive. I'm going to record tons of videos. I've just been spending time with my son. We've been doing a lot of homeschooling. It's been nice here, so we've been outside playing a lot. So I just didn't have time, nor did I have really motivation to do my makeup a whole lot or to really record a video. So I did want to come on here and record a video today. What I wanted to do today is do my cream beauty product routine. So I absolutely love using cream products. I love using cream blushes, highlighters, bronzers, contours, all of it. I think it just gives you such a beautiful look to your face, really glowy, fresh. It doesn't look cakey and it doesn't look dry and powdery. There is a lot of misinformation about cream products out there. A lot of people show you these charts of all this crazy contour, blush, and highlighter. That's super intimidating to look at. So for an everyday person who doesn't know how to use cream products but would like to, I wanted to make a video to show them tips and tricks of how to do it and it be natural and look nice on the skin, and tons of product that's just not placed properly. I wanted to show you tips and tricks on how I go about using cream beauty products and just make it look flawless. Alright, so if you're interested in something like that, then just keep watching. So I do already have my eyebrows, my eyeshadow is on already. I just figured we would just jump right into the face, go a lot faster. So I'm going to start with primer. I'm going to use my Pores No More Luminizing Primer from Dr. Brandt. This is a nice little luminizing primer. So I'm going to go ahead and let that sit into my skin and then we'll continue on with everything else. The foundation I'm going to use is kind of a lighter coverage. It is the Covergirl Clean Matte BB Cream foundation. So this has a light to medium coverage. It does have a matte finish. I thought that would be nice because then it would be a matte finish, so all the glow on my face you'll see from the products. So you'll really see how they work on top of a matte base. So I have this in Fair. I'm not sure how this works. I did have light, but it was a little too dark for me, so I bought a Fair, so we're gonna see how that tone works. So I always apply my foundation starting on my cheeks because that is where the most discoloration I have is. So I like to just work that into my cheeks and then blend it out everywhere else on my face that I might need it, but starting on my cheeks. So this BB cream actually has really pretty good coverage for being a BB cream type product. I think the color is pretty spot on actually. There is a foundation applied. I didn't apply a ton because I did want you to be able to see kind of my freckles, some of my beauty marks underneath it because I didn't want a full coverage foundation along with cream product. Cream products really are kind of particular about what they go on top of. So you don't want to put cream products over a really heavy full coverage matte foundation. It definitely will break up the products. So what you want to do is you want to do a lighter coverage foundation or a luminous foundation, like the Wet n Wild new luminous foundation. It is about a medium coverage and it's really luminous. Cream products on top of that looks beautiful. So you gotta kind of be particular. So maybe try things out, see what kind of works best for you. I find that if I want to go matte underneath, like today, you gotta like a light layer and not full coverage. So next I'm going to be doing concealer and I'm gonna just throw on my Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer. I am actually almost out of this concealer. I do really like it. It's pretty nice and medium coverage and it has a nice glowy finish to it. Alright, so there is my foundation and my concealer done. Before I put any powder on my face, I do all of my cream products and then powder. Cream products do not go over top of powder very well, so I do my creams and then any type of powder I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my bronzer contour type products. I have 4 products. I did want to go over all the products that I own and that I use and enjoy. So one of the first ones I have is my Wet n Wild. This is a Mega Cushion Contour, and this is Cafe Au Soleil. So this is a cushion cream bronzer type product. I'll show you. Kind of comes in a little net. This is actually kind of dried out, but I'll show you a little bit. So you just push on the little net, and you get the products out, and then let's see. I'll do a little swatch. So this is a pretty warm, nice little bronzer. It does blend out really well. So what I do is I just dab my brush in there and then I just blend all over the face. So the next one I have is my LA Girl HD High Definition Concealer, and this is in Toast. So this is a bit darker, but this is a cream concealer, and it has a little brush tip applicator, and I just apply it on my hand, and then I will blend it out and then take my brush, swirl it, and do the same also. I always put most of my cream products on my hand to warm it up with my body heat because I feel like it blends better if it's warmed up a little bit and kind of blended out and then applied to a stick bronzer. So the next one is my Baked Milk Makeup Bronzing Stick. So this one is a really nice bronzing color. And I just put it on my hand, or I use my brush and kind of just swirl it on top and then blend it out. And then my last one is my Fenty Beauty Matchstick, and this is in Mocha. So I will swatch that also. That's a little bit more cool tone. And then that one just blends out looking like that. Those are the ones that I use and that I own. There are lots out there. Some are definitely a little bit better than others, but they don't make a huge difference. Find one that you like the color of, it'll work for you. So what I like to use for all of my cream bronzers and blushes are dual fiber brushes. So for my bronzer or contour, I use a bit bigger one. So I have the Luxie dual fiber brush, the 516, and then I also have an E.L.F. Dual fiber brush. You can find a dual fiber brush in any brand, and I think they all kind of work the same. These are actually really similar. They're pretty tapered, and then they're just the just the dual fiber. So I find that they just apply the product perfectly. So what I'm going to use today is I'm going to use my Fenty Matchstick, and what I do with this one is roll it up, and I take my brush and then I swirl it on top, and then I can just apply it like that. So I like to apply this wherever you would do bronzer, or to kind of contour out your cheeks just a little bit. So what I do is I start up by my ear, and then I kind of come forward. Like I have more of a round face. I want to make my face look a little bit longer. So for every face shape you have, this will be a different technique. This is what works best for me. I like my face to look a bit longer, so I take my bronzer contour from my ear down pretty far because it kind of just elongates my face. Now if you had more of a long face, you would bring it up by your cheek and swirl it up, which would help create more of a cheekbone. But because I find I have more round face, I like to give it a little more length. So I'm going to just swirl that very lightly. So really light buffing motions as to not disturb your foundation underneath. So I kind of stipple and then swirl. And I will do the same on this side. Kind of start on up by my ear and stipple and swirl. And then I also take it up on my temples, and because my forehead is pretty much the size I would want it to be, I don't really want it to look smaller or bigger, but because I do want to add maybe just a little bit more length. So what I do is I just take that color right on the very sides, up or all the way down, pretty much all the way down, to just really add a little bit more shape to my face. I don't take it into the middle of my forehead, because if I took it into the middle of my forehead, that would make my forehead look smaller, and I don't care to make it look any smaller than it is. I'm definitely no expert in contour or bronzing. This is just what I found works best for me. So definitely, I mean, maybe take something from this video, but also do some research on your own face shape and figure out what might work best for you. So what I love most about the Stix is that you can kind of draw a little bit. So what I like to do is I like to draw just a little bit under my lip, and then kind of just tap that out, and it makes your bottom look a little bit bigger, give it a little bit more of a pout. I also like to just kind of draw this on my nose. So my nose is pretty narrow up here, and then it gets a little bit bigger right here. So because I don't want to chisel out or do anything more up here because it's already pretty skinny, so I like to just take a little bit on the very tips of my nose, and then right there. And then I will just blend that out with the same brush. Our bronzer is done, so next we're going to move on to blush. I do have 3 blushes. They're all different types of formula of cream, liquid blushes. So my first is my absolute favorite, but this is the Aloette Face Paint Lip and Cheek Tint in Blooming Berry. This is by far the best formula for liquid blushes I've ever tried. It is pigmented, it blends really well, it has a really beautiful glow to the skin, They are kind of pricey. They're $25. I can't find them anywhere but on their website, but they are beautiful, and there are a couple more colors I'd really like to try them. If you don't have a huge collection and you want to try a liquid blush, I would probably splurge on these. They're beautiful. Next I have a E.L.F. cream blush. This is a really beautiful peachy color. I'll do a swatch. This one blends out a little bit more difficult, but it is really beautiful once you do get it blended out. I'll do a swatch of the Ilona Blush also, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And this color is just beautiful. So there it is, and then you blend it out, and you can just see the glow. It is just, and the pigment, it's a lot more pigmented than the E.L.F. It has more glow, and it is just super blendable, and it will go forever. And this is really cool because you can use it on your lip or your cheeks. So if you're trying to do like a monochromatic look, you can put this on your cheeks, tap it on your lip, and you are just set to go, and it is gorgeous. And the last one I have is not quite a liquid or cream. It is a kind of a creamed powder. It is the Colourpop Super Shock Cheeks, and this is in Holiday. And this is a really interesting formula. So if you put your finger in it, you can actually see impressions of where your finger was. It feels like a cream, but then when you blend it onto your cheeks, it kind of goes into a more powdery finish. It is really, really nice. This one I normally just apply with my fingers. I find that gives the best finish to that. So I'm going to go ahead and use my E.L.F. one. I don't use this one a ton, so we'll go ahead and use this. For my bronzer, I like to use a bigger duo fiber. For my blush, I like to use smaller ones. So here are the two small ones in comparison to my bronzer duo fiber brush. So this is the E.L.F. small stippling brush, and then this is the Profusion fiber foundation brush. Both of them work really, really nice. So what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to warm this up with my finger, apply it to my hand, and then just stipple it off my hand and onto my cheeks. To apply my blush in the same kind of direction I do as my bronzer. So I start a bit lower and I take it up a bit further because that also like elongates my face. And then I take the I do take the blush up a bit high under my eye so it can kind of blend the concealer in with the blush. I love this blush. I feel like it gives you kind of a sunburn type look. So I like to also take a little bit over the bridge of my nose. There we go. All right. A few highlighters here, and I absolutely love cream or liquid type highlighters. I think they're just beautiful, and I think they really mold into your skin so it looks a lot more natural than it would a powder highlighter. So I have a few. So my liquid one is my Ikonics London Luminator drops, and this is just in their original color. So this comes in just a little dropper bottle. These are super metallic and super intense. So I will, there we go. So that is the Iconic London. So you definitely can blend this out to be not quite so intense, but when you're looking for an intense highlighter, this is the highlighter I would suggest going to. It is a really nice silky texture, and it just blends out really nice. You could use these for body highlighters or for face. So my next one is my Colourpop Super Shock Cheeks. This is in On the Cusp. These are the same consistency as the blush. When you push on them, you can leave your indent on them. And this is a beautiful, let's do right there. That's beautiful, beautiful cream to powder also. The Colourpop highlighters are probably my favorite thing from Colourpop. They're just beautiful. They blend really nice, and I just apply these with my finger and just tap them in. The last one that I have is pencil highlighters. So these are two. This is the TreStique mini highlighter stick. It just kind of rolls up in a little stick, and then you can pretty much draw this on. And there it is. It's really beautiful. These are really easy to apply for quick and easy. So if you're like a no makeup day, you could literally draw this on, tap it out with your finger, and just be done with it. And then the other one I have is my Becca Glow Skin Stick. This is a translucent glaze. So this is a little bit different. It doesn't have any pigment or color to it. It is literally just we're going to do it on a different hand. It is literally just a translucent skin glaze. So I don't know if you can see that, but it is gorgeous, and it just makes your skin look wet. This one is a bit more particular. It doesn't do well over mini foundations. So if you're going to use this, I would suggest either a really light BB CC cream, I would suggest something like the Mishi BB cream where it's really light and luminous, Or no makeup days, just draw it on, tap it in, be done with it. Or when you're doing your foundation, kind of skipping this area with foundation and then just tapping that onto the skin. It is gorgeous. I'm going to apply the Iconic London drops. So what I like to use with this particular highlighter or any really liquidy highlighters is I like to use a bigger fluffy crease brush. So this is from Wet n Wild. I find that this just really applies it in a really beautiful soft way, so it doesn't disturb your makeup in any way, and it also kind of diffuses the color. So I always apply that to the back of my hand like that, and then I blend it out, and then I go in with my brush and I tap it in there and then just apply it. I like to apply my highlighter starting back here and then bringing it forward. So when I apply my highlighter, I like to look at where the light is naturally hitting me. So when you look forward, you tilt your head and then you kind of move it. Wherever you see the natural light hitting you, that's where you want to apply the highlighter. So apply above my eyebrow, right here, and then I just bring it down my cheek a little bit. I like to buff it out in kind of circular motions. So I'm going to apply it on this side also, and then I apply a little bit on my nose, between my brows. I just tap that in. Cupid's bow, and then my chin. And then if I'm wearing a lower shirt kind of like this, I'll just take the rest that's on my finger and then just apply that onto my collarbone. I think it just adds a really beautiful glowy reflection on my chest. So then what I do after I've applied everything is I take my sponge with a little bit of foundation and I like to just tap that all over so that it can blend any harsh lines, anything that doesn't look quite blended, it'll blend in better. Or up under my eyes again because we haven't set that concealer, so that concealer is probably creasing a bit. Okay, so then I'm going to apply the little bit of powder I'm going to use. I'm going to use my J-Cat Aquassurance in Porcelain under my eyes. And I like to use just a little fluffy brush. Tap in just a little bit of that, tap it off, make sure I have no creases, and then just gently tap that right there. Just to set my concealer so I don't have as many creases. I will also take it down the sides of my nose. And then that is it for pressed powder, and then I will use just a little bit of loose powder. I'm going to use my Jeffree Star Magic Star powder. I'm going to use a bit of a bigger brush, tap just a tiny bit into this, and I really love this powder because it is so finely milled. It doesn't mattify my face a lot. It just sets on my makeup, but also lets the natural glow still kind of shine. And I will just apply that just all over. I'm going to set that with a little bit of setting spray. This is my Morphe X Jeffree Star. And then just tap that in just a little bit. And then I'm going to go finish my eyeshadow, and then I will be right back. I finished my eyeshadow and my mascara, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to do just a little bit of inner corner highlight. So I really love that these small highlighter pens because you can just tap it right into the inner corner, tap it out with your finger, and then you're done. So that's super convenient. That's really easy on the go also. So what you could do on top of all of that to make it last a little bit longer is you could add a powder bronzer, a powder blush. It would last a lot longer, but it would still look really glowy and lightweight because you're not using just piles of powder. So I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. I'm going to use my Colourpop. This is my Luminator pencil. Just going to apply that real quick. Next, I'm going to put on my NYX Matte Lip Cream in Abu Dhabi. I really love this formula. I think it is really nice. It's a very lightweight matte lip product. So there's my finished makeup look using all of my cream products. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful for you, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye guys.